blue dress with a white sweater. Summit is a liberal religious community. Even though we do not all share the same spiritual beliefs, we respect each other's paths because what we do share are the same core values: a commitment to love, inclusion, compassion, social justice, and a sustainable world. We draw our inspiration from all the world's religions, humanist teachings, nature and science, philosophy, and personal practices. We are doing a lot of learning and growing around here. We're on a spiritual journey together, loving and supporting one another. If you are new and would like to know more, we invite you to go to our website, summituuf.org. If you are here in person, you can visit the welcome table right outside the front door. More than likely, someone will introduce themselves to you. Raise your hand if you want to meet someone new today. Thank you. Okay, good. So, see, everyone's friendly and wants to meet new people. We acknowledge that this land that we're on right now has been home to the Kumeyaay people for more than 10,000 years. It was violently taken from them during the colonization period. However, this land is still their home, as many Kumeyaay live on reservations in California, and some have integrated into mainstream society. We honor the rich history of the Kumeyaay and their connection to the land. Okay, now we have some announcements. Laura, you want to come up first? Okay.
Good morning. I'm Laura Preble. I am a woman. I'm 5-something. I'm shrinking. I have reddish hair and a ponytail, maroon shirt, black pants, bad attitude. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So my announcement is about June 14th. As many of you may have heard, there's a big march called the No Kings March. And I wanted to let you know that there will also be one in El Cajon, in addition to the one downtown. So if, like me, you do not want to try to drive downtown and fight the crowds, come on over to El Cajon, where there's plenty of parking at Parkway Plaza against the Fletcher Parkway side. I've been going every Thursday, so there's a good active crowd of people. So if you would love to join it, please come there. And also, as an addition, any of you guys who live in El Cajon or thereabouts, if you could talk to me after the service, I would really appreciate that. So thank you.
Thank you, Laura. So Laura, that was June 14th. What day of the week is that?
Saturday.
Okay,
No
thanks.
Kings Saturday.
Okay.
This coming Saturday.
The okay.
Next one we have.
Yeah. Days come quickly, right? Okay.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Oh, and I have another job for you now. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. Yeah. I have more announcements. Okay. Olivia Espinoza shares that she's been assistant directing Indian Princesses at the La Jolla Playhouse and would love for our congregation to see it. It runs June 10th through July 6th. It centers around 5 young girls of color and their white fathers taking part in the YMCA program called Indian Princesses, a real father-daughter bonding program that still exists today under different names. Over their time together, the fathers and daughters navigate the joy and confusion of childhood, along with the complexities of race, heritage, and family. Sounds good. Okay. One more announcement. Social Justice will meet at noon in the library today. And Mary.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Mary Carter Vale. I'm your Director of Religious Exploration, and today I'm wearing a black dress with lots of colorful flowers on it, 5'6", in my 60s with gray and red hair. So today is our flower communion, and I just wanted to point out we have a wonderful table over here full of activities. It is not just for young people. It's for all ages. And Anya's showing folks how to make pipe cleaner flowers. So if you didn't bring a flower, you want to make one, you can. We also have beads and stuff over there. And there's little bowls. So if you want to take some back to your chair, you can. Because we all like to fidget, right? Yeah. You have a plan? Okay, cool. So there you go. Enjoy.
Okay. Now, Laura, will you light the chalice? And as Laura lights the chalice, we will read by call and response, Flower Offering by April Rosario. It should be on the screen. Yeah? Yes? Yeah. Okay. Did you light it? Oh. You know, stand behind it. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Ready? We are Unitarian Universalists who put love at the center of our lives. We light this chalice today as a reminder that, like flowers in a garden, we are each unique, yet we grow together. May this flame shine with the light of freedom, the warmth of community, and the beauty of diversity. Flower communion teaches us that each person is a gift, that our differences make us stronger, and that together we create something beautiful. As we gather in this sacred moment, may we honor the freedom to bloom as we are, the responsibility to nurture each other's growth, and the joy of sharing love like flowers in the sun. May our hearts be open, may our hands be generous. Oh, okay. Please stand now for hymn 1000, morning. No, 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 no. No, I'm good. Yeah. Well, that's what I have here.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate all of your work today. I am the Reverend Casey Marie Pandell. It is my honor and my joy to be the minister here at Summit Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Whether it is your first visit or your 5,000th visit, you are whole, you are holy, you are loved, and you are so absolutely wholeheartedly welcome here. I am a 5'4", though a little taller today because I'm in heels, 35-year-old woman with shoulder-length pinkish hair, wearing a black cover, a black pantsuit with flowers, a floral stole, and a very large flower crown on my head. We're going to begin today with our flower offering. You'll see the name April Rosario come up a lot today. April is one of the folks that helps us create our Soul Matters repertoire that Mary and I and the worship team use throughout the year for covenant groups, for worship, for working with the Religious Exploration Program. And she just had some really wonderful things to say this year, so I'm letting her words speak for us today. And you're going to hear a little bit of music today that is also inspired by from Norbert Čapek, who you'll hear a little bit more about a little later. Norbert Čapek is one of the reasons we have the flower communion. So you'll hear Mother Spirit, Father Spirit very shortly from our delightful Barbara. If you have not brought your flowers up, in just a moment you'll be invited to. In a field, no two flowers are exactly alike. Some are bright and bold, some are soft and gentle. Some stand tall, some bend and sway. Each one is beautiful, just as it is. And just like flowers, each of us brings something special to this community. If you brought a flower today, you can come forward and place it on our table. And as you do, take a moment to reflect. What is the gift that you bring this community? It may be kindness, curiosity, laughter, wisdom, or simply just your presence.
Good morning, everybody. Please rise in mind, body, or spirit for hymn number 1000, Morning Has Come. Morning has come, arise and greet the day. Dance with joy and sing a song of gladness. The light of hope here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. A new day dawns, once more thy gift is here. Wonder fills this moment shared together. The light of peace here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. Open our eyes to see that life abounds. Open hearts to welcome it among us. The light of love here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home.
I like that we all got the memo that none of us shared, that we're all wearing flowers today. Our joys and concerns portion of our service gives us the opportunity to hold in community the things that are too big to hold alone. You're always welcome to share joys and concerns with me via email or text before the service, anytime during the week. You can also send them to Stacy Sasaki when she's back in town in a few weeks. You're also welcome up towards the chancel over here to handwrite one before the service. Mary, can you check real quick? Are there any over there that are handwritten? Thank you. And whether you choose to share one aloud today, as you can see from the candles that are lit, everyone is welcome to light a candle for a joy and concern, whether shared aloud. Susie Stultz shares a concern for her son, Daniel. She asks that we send prayers for Daniel. He has suffered for years with multiple back surgeries and procedures. His latest diagnosis is waiting to be confirmed with an MRI that will require emergency surgery to prevent paralysis. I have no news yet what the next steps are, but we are praying for Daniel and holding Susie in our hearts. It is also Susie's birthday today, so we're going to send a little extra love to her. Carol Schnallbelt shares that she had a very bad fall last Sunday, and she broke her hip. She had urgent surgery on Monday and is on the mend, but will require some time in a rehabilitation facility. She asked for Summit's love and good thoughts, and while she is not taking visitors just yet, she says that if her rehab stay is extended, they will be very welcome. So we'll keep you posted. And finally, Darcy Skinner remains in his rehab facility, but I wanted to let you all know that he has been moved to a new room. Please reach out to me or possibly Joanne. I'll be the point person on that one because I don't know if Joanne knows the room or not. But Darcy's been moved, so if you'd like to go visit him, you can let me know and I can get that new room number to you. Okay, or Joanne, thank you. And he did ask me when I visited him the other day if I could bring him chocolate and sandwiches. No, we are not bringing him chocolate and sandwiches, but he is looking forward to more visits and has a pretty good sense of humor even still. So he's looking forward to seeing more of you. We know that there are multitudes that our hearts can hold. We see the news every day and know there is more happening in this world than we could possibly hold alone or understand on our own. We know that collectively our grace and our healing can change the world. And we know even in these small spaces together that it matters to be in this space and dream bigger, hope for healing and liberation and safety for all. For every joy that is spoken or unspoken, the ones that remain on our hearts, we hold you in this space. Amen. And now I would like to invite Mary Carter Vale for our invitation for all ages.
Yeah, we changed the name of it. Invitation for All Ages. Why did we change the name, Casey?
We would like to
Here,
make
come to the mic.
my mic. No, because they're doing what they're supposed to do and making sure it's not on when I'm not standing there. We used it. It started off with our imagination stations that we did a few weeks ago, but we decided that an invitation for all ages was a good reminder that it's not just for our kiddos, but it's for our young at heart, which includes all of you, whether you think so or not.
Lifelong learners.
Yes.
That's what we are. We're lifelong learners, right? So I get the honor of sharing the story of the Flower Communion with you. And again, this is something that April Rosario put together, but I've adapted. April Rosario, as Casey mentioned, writes a lot of the curriculum for RE kits. And sometimes I find things that are wonderful for worship, and I'm like, oh, Casey, can we use this? So that was what happened. So come with me as we travel to Prague, Czechoslovakia. The year is 1922, and a minister named Norbert Čapek has just founded the Unitarian Church of Prague. Now, it's important to know that Reverend Čapek was not always a Unitarian. Although as a child, he was raised Catholic. But by the time he was a teenager, he was growing disheartened by the rigid Catholic faith, questioning authority. And at age 18, he had become a Baptist and would become a Baptist minister. He was a powerful force, a compelling preacher, and editor of several religious journals. You can come up if you want, Dylan. Everybody's welcome to come up and be closer. Yes, and check out the flowers too. I'm going to sit down since Dylan's up here with me. Dylan has super cool flowers because Dylan's super cool, and each flower represents us, right? Are they from your garden? Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with me. All right, so let's talk more about Reverend Čapek. So he was a powerful force, a compelling minister, an editor of several religious journals, a writer and composer of hymns, and founder of almost a dozen Baptist churches in Czechoslovakia. He was also a visionary thinker, and he and his convictions became increasingly liberal, even radical, influenced by the study of the past and his openness to the theological ideas in the present, and he became convinced that the true faith of the Czech people was a free faith. That's a direct quote. Spiritual practice that prized individual conscience and pursued community life rooted in love. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Around 1910, he discovered the Unitarian tradition and felt certain that it reflected the inner spirit of the Czech people. But he was not able to get support for establishing a Unitarian church at the time. So he continued to develop his thought as Baptist minister, though he felt like increased conflict with what he was preaching. Now, in 1914, World War I was on the horizon, and they were under threats for further reprisals from the government. So Norbert Čapek accepted a call to serve a small Baptist church in New York, following soon after by a call to a larger Baptist church in New Jersey. A little over a year later, he and his wife joined their children at the First Unitarian Church of Essex County. From then on, at age 51, Čapek's spiritual vision found a home in the Unitarian tradition. A lot of parents come to Unitarian churches when their children start asking questions, Unitarian Universalist churches. We love questioners here. Okay, so now back to this flower communion. After the war, he and his family returned to Prague. And there, he set to building a Unitarian church, the first Unitarian church in Prague. Now, the building that they had did not look like a church at all. In fact, it did not have a steeple. It didn't have stained glass windows. Sounds familiar. It didn't have carved doors. We have a carved door. So, but it didn't look like a regular church. It had no chalice. It had no piano, no flowers, definitely no cookies and happy hour and hot chocolate. So that was a problem. But no, this church was a basic box with 4 walls and a floor. It had a ceiling, had a few windows, some very hard wooden chairs to sit in. What it did have, though, was people of all different faith traditions, including Protestant, Catholic, Jewish, and they were the most important part of the church because without the people, what is the church? It's just a building, right? It's the people that make a community, right, Dylan? It's all about the people. So every Sunday, Reverend Shopek stood in the front of the congregation and spoke to the people, and the people listened quietly while sitting and waiting until it was their time to go home, and there was no music, no candles, no food, no freedom to have joy. Now, this wasn't because the people didn't like joy. No. The people of Prague had just been through terrible times. You see, they had just recently been through 4 years of war. Many people in Prague had been divided about the war. Many had lost loved ones, or had been hungry or scared, or maybe even thought the war had ended. Many bad feelings still remained, and the members of the church were simply stuck in the sad and hopeless feelings that followed the war. So one spring morning in May, to be exact, the Reverend Shopek was walking to church, and he stopped to notice the joy around him. He noticed the birds freely singing and the flowers freely blooming, and felt the sunshine on his face and thought, how beautiful this world is. And just then an idea came to him. At the end of his service, he asked that next week everyone bring a flower or a budding branch to church with them. Confused, the people began to ask a lot of questions. What kind, they asked? What color? What size? You choose, he said. Each of you is free to choose what you like. Right, Dylan? Choose what you like. And so next Sunday, June 4th, we're June 8th, so we're a little behind, but still, which felt like the first day of summer. All the people came with flowers of all different colors and all different sizes. And Reverend Shopek began to speak. And like always, the people listened, sitting quietly and still in the front in their wooden chairs. Oh, you're wearing a dino. I don't know if there were any dinos back then, but yeah, probably nobody had a cool dinosaur t-shirt. Nice. Let's talk about dinosaurs a little bit later, Dylan. I'm excited to hear about that from you. So he began to speak. The flowers, he said, like all of us, are different colors, different shapes, different sizes. Each needs different kinds of care. Each is beautiful, important, and special, delightful, and free in its own way. You see, Reverend Shopek saw the need to unite the diverse congregants of his church without alienating those who had left their faith traditions, or those who were in disagreement about what had happened in their community. And then he said a blessing of the flowers, which he called everyone in the room to see one another as a family, despite the differences, and to let the spirit of love unite them and help them live more joyfully and be more free themselves. And on that day, when the service ended, the people turned and talked a little bit more about themselves and stayed a little bit longer. And children commented on the flowers and giggled, which in turn made the grown-ups laugh, and Reverend Shopek marveled. The following, Shopek, properly, and the folks began heading home. The Reverend invited each person to take a flower home with them, specifically a different flower from the one you brought, and as a gift from the church and the family, as a reminder of the joy and freedom that can come from being in community. And each year, at the start of a summer, they did it all again. And so Flower Communion was born. And that day was over 100 years ago, the first one, over 100 years ago. But the lessons are so important because we want everyone to be free to be themselves and to honor their beliefs. And so he turned the beauty of nature and had a communion of flowers instead of a Eucharist. And through the Unitarian Universalist Though Unitarian Universalists often refer to this ritual as a flower communion, festival, or communion, Kapek's term was, and I apologize because I don't speak Czech, was oslava ketven. I don't think I'm saying that right. Ketven. We will try the pronunciation. I tried practicing it, but I didn't get it right. It is more accurately translated as flower celebration, which continues to be preferred in the Czech community. They still call it the flower celebration. So the ritual was brought to the United States in 1940 by Reverend Maja Kapek, Norbert's wife, who was also a reverend, with the first flower communion being observed in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So this was after his passing, which you may hear more about from Reverend Casey. So the weeks and days ahead, let us all do our best to live these lessons of freedom and joy. And there's nothing more free than seeing the flowers blooming all around us. So I hope that you will lean into that today and enjoy the ones we have, but also enjoy them every day as a symbol of joy and freedom. So thank you for listening to my story today. Now I get to do a blessing, a special little meditative activity. No, not yet. I'm waiting. Okay, tell me when, Casey. We have a typo in the thing, so I'm not sure exactly when this is going to happen. That's okay. We're going to get the typos. Thank you, Dylan, for helping me, and we're going to learn more. I'm going to learn more about dinosaurs later.
So now comes the portion of our service, thank you, where we are going to bless the flowers. And I have a little bit that I'm going to have you say back to me in a few moments. But look at this absolutely beautiful collection of flowers we have. Thanks to Trader Joe's for coming in clutch, just in case we needed extra, but you guys are wonderful, and you brought some other things. We even have a giant onion. It is an onion. It even smells like an onion. You can see that each flower on this table is different. They create something even more beautiful when they are together, just like all of us. Our flower communion is more than just a celebration of beauty. It's a promise to honor each other's unique spirit, to nurture one another, and to work for a world where we can bloom freely. So turn to a neighbor and say, I see your beauty and I honor your growth. See your beauty and I honor your growth. See your beauty and I honor your growth. And please rise in mind, body, or spirit to join us for singing hymn 301 in our gray hymnals, Touch the Earth, Reach the Sky.
Touch the earth, reach the sky, walk on shores while spirits fly, over the ocean, over the land, our faith and quest to understand. Touch the earth, reach the sky, children ask the reasons why, in our lives the answers show, and by our love they learn to grow. Touch the earth, reach the sky, all are born and all shall die. Life's the time left in between, to follow a star, to build a dream. Touch the earth, reach the sky, hug the laughter, feel the cry. May we see where we can give, for this is what it means to live. Touch the earth, reach the sky, soar with courage ever high. Joy is joining as we fly, to touch the earth and reach the sky.
That song, Am I Hot? There we go, there we go. That song was written by my mom, so it always touches me when we hear it. So I have a body practice for you. Spiritual practice takes many forms, and something I love to call embodied worship is when we get to move our bodies. And that being said, you move the bodies the way that feels comfortable for you. If standing is not comfortable, do it sitting. And believe me, I've been there. Whatever movements are suggested, you can adapt them to how your body works because all bodies are different, right? All right, so if you feel comfortable, stand tall with feet firmly planted like roots of a strong flower. You can also do this from sitting because some flowers sit, still have roots in the ground. So like the roots of a strong flower, have your feet centered on the ground. Take a deep breath in and feel the strength of the earth beneath you. Exhale and wiggle your toes. Imagine roots stretching down into the soil. Repeat after me. We are grounded in love and connected to each other. We are grounded in love and connected to each other. Slowly lift your arms up like a flower growing towards the sunlight if it's comfortable for you. Reach and stretch and wiggle your fingers. Imagine soaring up to the warmth and the light. Sway gently side to side like a flower in the breeze. And if you'd like, repeat after me. We grow by reaching towards light and love. Now open your arms wide as offering your bloom to the world. Imagine scattering seeds and kindness as you gently move your hands outward. Look around and smile at somebody nearby. It's a simple way to share your light is with a smile. Smile with your eyes if you have a mask on. And repeat after me. Like flowers, we give our beauty, love, and kindness to the world. Like flowers, we give our love. Now let your body move freely. A little dance, a twirl, a joyful shake, whatever feels comfortable to you. Imagine yourself as a blooming flower, fully open and radiant. Let this movement be an expression of joy, connection, and gratitude. Oh, I love all these dancing flowers. And repeat after me. Together we create a garden of love, beauty, freedom, and hope. Together we create a garden of love, beauty, freedom, and hope. Now, we are all blooming together and grounded and sharing our love. So mote it be. You're welcome. I hope we all got to play.
That was way more fun to have you do that. So now is what I think is everyone's favorite part of flower celebration. I like that. Thank you. I learned something new today from April's story. Now is the time that we're going to invite our children, if they would like, to help us distribute our flowers. So this is our sharing of the blessings. And if the children don't want to, that's okay. You're all welcome to come up and choose a flower on your own. You're still welcome to come up. In the spirit of gratitude and generosity, let us now share in the gifts of this community. Just as you offered a flower, you will now receive one. Perhaps different from the one you brought. We don't know because the kids are doing it for us. And sometimes they get really excited about who they get to give what to. Perhaps a different one than you brought, just as we receive love, wisdom, and kindness from one another. As you receive your flower, reflect on the gift this community has given you. May it be a reminder that we all grow together. Thank you. Thank you to our young ones for helping with that. How'd y'all sleep last night? Oh, wow, I thought there was going to be a lot more positive energy about that one. Because I sure didn't. And I was about to say you all are a lot smarter than me. I was up real late last night, and I know a couple of us were as well, as we were hearing what was happening in LA. I don't think anyone in this room is surprised that it starts in LA, that it starts in California. And I was all prepared to do the sermon that I had prepared until last night. And this is one of those weird days where life happens and the sermon changes because of it. Now, a really important thing that Mary didn't get a chance to share about the flower communion is, as beautiful as it is, as diverse and lovely and celebratory it is, it's more than just that. It was an act of resistance. See, Norbert Chopek started doing it in part because he felt that his congregants didn't have enough of a spiritual connection. Norbert Chopek and his daughter were arrested by the Gestapo and taken to Dachau for the crime of listening to foreign broadcasts. That's all he did wrong. They took his books, his sermons, they took everything from him, and they sent him to the Priester Block. The Priester Block is an area of Dachau with about 2,000 clergy from various faiths. And they were told, under no uncertain circumstances, were they allowed to practice their faiths. You can guess how well that went for any of the clergy in the Priester Block. They said, heck no. There were Catholic communions, there were Jewish seders, at least as much as there could be, because how are you supposed to celebrate your faith when you are staring at the four walls of a concrete building? When it became Chopek's turn to share his faith, he chose the flower communion. There weren't a whole lot of flowers at Dachau at the time. There were sticks and stones and weeds. And yet, they did the flower celebration anyway. Chopek said, this is important to me and my faith, and I share it with you. So I thought a lot today about how I could take this beautiful ritual that many of us know and love and adore and make sure that we know what it really meant and what it can still mean for us. Because that's the trick, right? We can't let them steal our joy. There is no universe in which someone can hurt us entirely if we don't allow it. So as frightening as it is, the last I heard, they were going to deploy the National Guard on Los Angeles today. And yet, LA is out in force, saying you will not hurt our neighbors. ICE has no place in our neighborhoods, and we will not let you take us. They see the beauty and the diversity. We live in California. We are built on native blood and immigrants. There is no way that California won't stand up for the most marginalized people, and they have been, and they keep standing up. And if this happens, they will continue to stand up. And I don't say any of this to scare you. I know I said the same thing last week. I am not trying to fearmonger anything, but the reality that we are at is that the National Guard got called in to an American city today. And if it can happen in LA, it can happen in San Diego, it can happen in Chicago, it can happen in Boston. So what do we do? How do we stand up and say no more? How do we remember the beauty and the diversity of the cultures that make this place great? It's not just the food, it's not just the music, but it's the relationships we build. It's the coming together and saying we want better together. I don't know the answer. If I could magic wand wave it, I would. I know protesting doesn't work for everyone. What else can you do? Mutual aid, donating time, donating food, just sharing resources. There's a lot of ways that we can engage the same way Norbert Chopek did and his wife Maja and his daughter when they said, no, you will not take our neighbors from us, you will not treat us this way. So I don't mean to take what is one of our most beautiful rituals and traditions and make it a heavy day. But I do that because it is important to remember that our hearts are big enough for both. Our hearts might break at what's happening, but just like Kintsugi, where you have the broken glass that's filled with gold to fill in the spaces, our hearts are big enough to do it all. And that's what they're counting on not happening. They're counting on fear and they're counting on pain, but we are stronger together. We are a beautiful, diverse garden with so much hope and resilience and joy. And that is what's going to make the biggest difference in these days. And we know some of this is just smoke screens because the girlies were fighting this week. Oh gosh, were they fighting this week. This is our place. This is our time. We have worked hard to build these communities together. If you were at the potluck on Friday, you saw us working to build these communities together. These things cannot be done in a silo. We cannot do them alone. We have to be here together in this beautiful garden that we are already a part of. They want to push our garden down. They want to pull it up like weeds. And I will say, for my own part today, I will speak for myself. ICE has no place in our neighborhoods. You will not take our neighbors. I will fight as much as I can in any way I can to make sure that we are the place that our faith calls us to be. We are a faith of liberation, and we have work to keep doing. And I'm glad, elbows up, to be beside all of you to do it. So may it be, and amen.
We will now receive the morning offering. Our contributions help to sustain the ministry of Summit, a ministry that creates joy and love inside this building and out in the community as well. Right? Any gift, a gift of any amount is welcome. For those on Zoom, please select the Sunday plate option in the chat box. And also, we now have a QR code in the order of service if you don't have cash with you and you still would like to give. And thank you for your gift.
I will be playing Sakura by Naoko Ikeda. This is a modern Japanese composer, and she surely was very aware of the more traditional song and decided to write another song for the Cherry Blossom Festival, which is annual in Japan.
Alrighty, please rise in mind, body, or spirit for hymn number 305, De Colores. And a little bit of background on this hymn. Barbara actually suggested this hymn for today's service, and it fit perfectly in with the theme of colors and flowers. And so it starts off, De Colores starts talking about the beauty of colors and how many colors there are in the world, and it shifts more towards a celebration of diversity and human inclusion. And so we figured it was a great way to end this service, and I think it ties in nicely with the homily that was just given. So hymn number 305, De Colores. Thank you, everybody. All the colors, yes, the colors we see in the springtime with all of its flowers. All the colors, when the sunlight shines out through a rift in the clouds and it showers. All the colors, as a rainbow appears when a storm cloud is touched by the sun. All the colors around for the whole world, around for everyone under the sun. Everyone under the sun. All the colors, yes, the colors of people parading on by with their banners. All the colors, yes, the colors of pennants and streamers and plumes with antennas. All the colors, yes, the colors of people who now take their place in the sun. All the colors are bound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors are bound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors, yes, the black and the white and the red and the brown and the yellow. All the colors of people who smile and shake hands and say hello. All the colors, yes, the colors of people who know what a Tatum is one. All the colors are bound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun. All the colors are bound for the whole world around and for everyone under the sun.
Ready to sing.
We can do the Spanish verse.
Colores, de colores envisten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen afuera. De colores es el arcoíris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores me gustan a mí.
Yes, San Diego, thank you so much for singing that really loud and proudly. We do live in San Diego. This moment is one that we can meet together. I cannot stand idly by while our neighbors are taken off the streets, when we live in a place called San Diego, when almost none of us are here without being immigrants. This beautiful ritual is one that is near and dear to my heart, and it gets nearer and dearer every year for various reasons. This year, for me, it is a symbol of what is possible that we will be doing together in the next, hopefully only a few years, or less. I love you. 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 And I am ready to do this work with you. These are hard-won freedoms, and we're going to keep fighting for them. Because de colores, everyone deserves them. And as you'll hear in my sermon next week, none of us is free until all of us is free. And we have work to do. Amen, shalom, salam, ashe, namaste, and blessed be. Don't go too far in peace. We do have the congregational meeting today. Please stick around for that. It is a very important part of how our faith functions, and the democratic process, while it might feel like it's on fire in other places, is well and truly alive in this room, and it is a spiritual practice for Unitarian Universalists, so please stick around for that.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please stand and hold hands for the closing circle song.